Hello, welcome to everyone. In this video, this is our lecture number 62. We already covered 61 lecture to solve the problem asked in this book, that is Electricity and Magnetism by Vasudev Ghosh. Actually, this is the 35 part of this book, and this rest of the lecture actually consists the problem solution of this book, that is Electrodynamics by DJ Griffith. And there are some part for theoretical part, and various physics related video are in this our channel, so you can go through this our channel and just there is a separate playlist. You can go through this playlist and you can watch them. Okay, so in the description box link are given there, you can go there. In this video I want to discuss question number 22 to question number 32 of chapter 9. This chapter actually consists the magnetic material, that is the magnetic field within this the magnetic material. This property actually study in this chapter. So question number 22 to 32 you want to discuss. So let's start with question number 22, which says suppose an iron rod having permeability 1000 mu 0. So permeability is 1000 mu 0 is placed along the axis of a solenoid of length is 50 centimeter and 1000 turns to n is 1000, carrying a current 1 ampere. Find the values of B, H and M. So you know the B in within the solenoid is nothing but mu Ni. N is the number of turns per unit length. So N by L. So put this value, mu is 1000, mu naught. Mu naught is 4 pi 10 to the power minus 7. N is 1000 and L is 50 centimeter, that's mean 0.5 meter. I is 1 ampere. So if you calculate, you can get this 2.513 Tesla. Now, what is H? H is B by mu. B is actually magnetic field intensity, or you can say magnetic induction, and H is actually auxiliary field, or you can just magnetic field. So this H by B by H, here we can see H equals to B by mu. So B by mu is nothing but Ni, that's mean N by L. I put this value of N and L into I, you will be get 2000 ampere meter inverse. Then the magnetization, M is nothing but the magnetization. Magnetization is nothing but the chi H, where chi is the susceptibility and H is the auxiliary field or magnetic field. And you know the relation between chi with the mu r. Mu r is the relative permeability or the dielectric constant. Magnetic constant or relative permeability. Mu r is nothing but the relative relative permeability, which is mu by mu naught. Mu r is nothing but mu by mu naught. This is the relative permeability. Clear? So let's start. That's it. So go to the next question, which says so that the unit of BH in SI system is joule per meter cube. So we know that the energy density in this magnetic field actually which is represent as half B dot H. So you can easily say the unit of BH is nothing but the unit of energy density. What is the unit of energy density? Energy per volume. So joule per meter cube. Then find the dimension of magnetic flux. So you know this force, that is the Lorentz force, equals to QVB, QV cross B vector form. So in the magnitude we can say QVB. So B is nothing but force by QV. So put this Q equals to IT, put the dimension of force, mass into acceleration, I T, V is L T to the power minus 1. So finally we got M T to the power minus 2, I to the power minus 1. So the magnetic flux phi equals to B dot A. So dimension of A means the area. So put this value of dimension of area is L square. So finally we got M L to L square to the power minus 2 I inverse. This is the value of this flux. Go to the next question. Not value, this is the dimension of this flux. Go to the next question. The BH loop of a certain magnetic material is drawn with the scale 1 centimeter is 100 ampere per meter. That's mean in this scale, if you take 1 centimeter, which represent 100 ampere per meter, and in the y-axis 1 centimeter represent 0.1 Tesla. The area of BH loop, total area of BH loop 50 centimeter square. So total energy actually 50 into this product, that is 0.1 into 100. The density of the material will be like that. Show the calculator. So for the unit circle, this will be the energy. If you multiply this frequency, this 50 is the frequency, you will be get the total per unit time. And if you take this volume, we need to this was per unit volume, so you need to multiply volume. Volume is nothing but volume is nothing but mass per density, so there will be a density, and per unit mass actually there must be this part actually this is for energy per unit volume per cycle. So per cycle you need multiply this frequency. This is the frequency which gives you the per second per unit time. And for volume you need to multiply volume. You know volume is nothing but the mass per density. So here says the per kg, that's mean in per kg means the mass is unit. So if you put mass is unit, so volume is 1 by density, that's why density in the lower side. Clear? So after putting this value you can easily find out this answer, that is 3.205 watt per kg. Go to the next one. In a transformer core, hysteresis loss is 200 watt when peak magnetic field B max is 1.1 Tesla. When this is 1.1 Tesla, the loss will be 200 watt and with the frequency 60 Hertz. Now the question, what will be the corresponding loss when the peak magnetic field reduced to zero point 0.9 Tesla? When the peak magnetic field reduced 0.9 Tesla and the frequency is 50 Hertz, then what will be the value of this energy? Here given that the hysteresis loss is proportional to that one. So if you did this one, but we take multiply this frequency to take a total loss in this per unit time, right? So for per unit time you need to multiply this frequency. So put this value, you can easily find out this answer, 120.9 watt. Next question. A long cylinder of radius A, long cylinder whose radius is A, carries a frozen magnetization like that along the Z axis. K is constant at the distance. Apply Ampere's law, find H and then find the B both inside and outside. So in case of the inside, put this value, that is H dot dl equal to I enclosed, but there is no current, free current, so H must be 0. From H you can find out the value of B. B is nothing but mu naught H plus M. So here H is 0 but M is not equals to 0 in the inside, that's why B equal to mu 0 K R Z cap. But in case of the outside you can see there is H is 0 as well as M is 0. So magnetization and the field both are 0, that's why B also 0. Clear? Next one. An infinitely long solenoid having n turn per unit length, carrying current I is filled with a linear magnetic material of susceptibility M. There is linear magnetic material susceptibility M. Find the magnetic field B inside the cylinder. Also find the magnetization surface current density. So from Ampere circuit law we can say that is the H dot dl I enclose. So H into total is L and this I enclose is Ni within this region, total current NIL. So there is H equals to Ni Z cap. And you know the B is mu H, so put this value, you will be get this thing. And Km is nothing but M cross N. M is chi M H, so put this value, and N is the surface which is R cap, and Z cross R is theta cap. You can remember this is Z and this is R, so Z cross R gives you theta cap. Z cross R gives you theta cap. Z cross R gives you theta cap. Just a cross product, just because theta cap in the cylindrical coordinate system. Next one. A cylindrical wire of radius A and permeability mu carries a uniformly distributed steady free current I. Find B and H both inside and outside wire. So a cylindrical wire of radius A, cylindrical wire whose radius is A and permeability mu carries a uniformly distributed steady free current I. So total current is I. Find B and H both inside and outside the wire. So you need to find out B and H of the inside of the wire and outside of the wire. So take the Ampere circuit law, H dot dl equals to I enclosed. What is the H dot dl is the, if you take this loop, this is the circuit law using this loop, if you take this is a loop, so this will be 2 pi r. And what will be the current passing through this region? In the region the total current is I, so the current density is nothing but I by pi a square. So current density into area, so pi r square into I by a square, this is the current passing through this region. So H in will be like that, and you know B equals to mu H, so multiply mu will be get the B. In case of the outside, the loop will be like that. So in that case this is also 2 pi r, but the current actually total current flow within this loop, in this total current flow actually flow within this loop, this is actually Ampere's loop, this is called Ampere's loop. So this H, that is outside H of the, in the outside will be like that, and using this formula B equal to mu H, you can write down the B also. Next one, a toroid of mean radius is 12 centimeter. This radius is 12 centimeter, 800 turn. The wire can safely carries a magnetic current of 4 ampere. Here the current flow within the circuit is magnetic circuit is 4 ampere. Find the maximum value of H that can be generated in the volume of this toroid. Okay, so you know this Ampere's law which says H dot dl equals to I enclosed. So dl is 2 pi r, and total current enclosed equal to Ni. So H equals to Ni by 2 pi r. Put this value of N is 800, I is 4 ampere, 2 pi r is 12 centimeter converted into meter. So you will be get find the 4244 ampere meter inverse. Now comes into the value. What is the corresponding value of B for air core toroid? If this core is air, then the B equals to mu naught H, because this is air core. So put this value mu naught 4 pi 10 to the power minus 7, H is like that. So you will be get this value of B. Next one, a toroid having an iron core square cross section. So in this toroid, these iron cores have the square cross section. Permeability mu is Oden in n closely shaped turn of wire carrying a current I. Find the magnitude of the magnetization everywhere inside the iron. So using this Ampere's law, H dot dl equals to I enclosed. So this H into 2 pi r equals to Ni. So H equals to Ni by 2 pi r. So magnetization equal to chi H. Put this value chi, because you know the chi is related with mu r, relative permeability is like that, mu r minus 1. So this is mu by mu naught minus 1 Ni by 2 pi H. Okay. Next one. Consider a electromagnet made by warping of current carrying coil n times around the C-shaped piece of iron. So this is C-shaped P-shaped iron, where this where permeability mu, if the width of the gap is delta L, this is delta L, length of each side of the C is L. Find the B field in the magnetic field in the gap for the current I. So you need to find out the magnetic field within the gap due to current I. So reluctance of the circuit you can find out easily, integration delta L by mu A. So this total material length will be 4L. Actually this is negligible, that's why we can write that is sorry, total is 4L. So if we minus delta L, so 4L minus delta L is the material mu whose permeability mu. So in this region this is mu, and in this region this is mu naught. So for that total region you can write 4L minus delta L by mu A, and this is delta L by mu naught A. So the flux will be magnetomotive force by reluctance. So magnetomotive force is Ni, there is n number of current were actually happening wooden here. So Ni and Rm is like here. So B in this gap magnetic field is nothing but phi by A, just divided by A, you will be get this expression. This is the magnetic field within this the gap. Next one, a coil of n turns is warped around an iron ring of radius A, cross section area small a. So this is A and this cross section area is capital A. Assuming a constant relative permeability mu r which is very much greater than 1, find the flux as a function of I. So just discussed before, reluctance is nothing but integration delta L by mu A. So 2 pi a by mu naught mu 0 a for total. So flux will be magnetomotive force Ni and by Rm. So rearranging them you will be get this one. So flux is finally this one. So magnetic induction, that is phi by a. So divided by a you will be get this one. So for that case this will be the flux. Now the question is, if a gap of width L, small l, is cut into the ring. Now there is a cut into the ring, then what will be the flux of the same kind? So there is a cut into the small l, so reluctance will be 2 pi a minus l. This is total is 2 pi a minus a. So this is mu a. Mu is represented by mu naught mu r. You know this mu is nothing but mu by mu naught mu r. So and rest one is in the air. So the flux will be Ni by Rm, actually denoted by prime, because here we denoted by unprime. That's why it change, which will be change. So Ni by R prime, put this value. So the corresponding induction 5 prime by A. So A will be cancelled out. Then the ratio of B by B prime, just taking this ratio you will be get this answer. Here the assumption is this 2 pi A is very much greater than 2L. That's why we can taking this as a 2 pi A. And so this is L and this will be multiplied, so this will be cancelled and this mu r represent here like that. I think clear. If there is any doubt you must comment in the comment box. This is all about me, and if there is any suggestion also you can comment in the comment box. This is all about me. This is my contact detail. You can connect to my telegram channel. You can follow the Instagram or the Facebook, and this is my YouTube channel details. Go to this channel, you will be get the various video regarding physics and some mathematics and some competitive examination also. Like this session, if you learn something from this session, share this video to your friends so that he or she also get benefit from this video. Subscribe this channel if you new in this channel. Those already subscribed, thanks for subscription. Press the bell icon to get the notification in the next video. So take care, we'll meet in the next video as soon as possible. Thank you.